Thank you so much for being here. I'm very excited to be here. Let's get started right away. Rick, give the cards a shuffle. Mix them up if you would. Really shuffle them pretty thoroughly.
Really shuffle.
Yeah.
That's probably
Excellent.
enough.
Perfect. Now there's a familiar phrase in magic. In fact, it's so familiar, so well known that it almost goes without saying. Pick a card, any card. That's the phrase. Look at it, remember it, show it around, let everybody get a good look at it, just in case you don't remember it. Everybody remember the card, and then place it back into the deck. Good. Now, obviously, it's up to me to try to find that card again. So let's try to do that with one simple cut, all right? One cut, one triple cut, like so. I think I've done it. The Seven of Spades.
That's not my card.
That wasn't it?
No.
Well, we're off to a great start. That's great. Okay. Well, maybe I'm close. It is a 7.
No.
No, this is a 7.
Oh, that's
It's a spade.
that's a spade. But my card's not a spade.
You don't want to say. Well, you're saying your card is not the 7 of spades. Give me another chance.
Okay.
Another chance. Another cut with one hand. Another
Okay.
7 of spades. Wait, that was the, wait a minute. Turn it over.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, that's better. Better, thank you. So we are off to a great start after all. I know you shuffled the cards, obviously, did a great job. I need some cards, okay? So I'm going to take them out, but I'm not going to show them to you just yet. I'm going to show them to you in a second because I want you to see if you could tell why I'm using the cards that I'm using, all right? In other words, there's something about these cards that's different from other cards that I could use. See if you could tell why I wanted to work with these cards in particular, all right? See if you could tell anything about those cards versus any of the other cards that I could use. I'll just tell you. The reason is because none of them are aces, okay? Now that might seem obvious now that I mention it, but just a second ago it was not so obvious. And the truth is this is not a random card trick. This is a 4-ace trick, okay? All of these cards are here only to distract you, all right? And the 4 aces is where all of the magic is going to happen. For that reason, I'll show them to you one at a time, all right? We have the Ace of Diamonds, the Ace of Clubs, I think you get the idea, Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Spades. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't remember the exact order, but do you remember, Wayne, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember what ace this is?
No, I do not.
It is the Ace of Spades, all right? That's all right. Now, that's okay. The idea is we're going to place 3 cards onto each ace, but the only one that you really have to follow or even think about is indeed the Ace of Spades. But 3 cards go onto the other 3 aces as well, as you can see. And I'm going to try to make the 3 aces from these 3 packets to join the Ace of Spades in place of the random cards that are already there, all right? And it looks like this. Now you see it, and now you don't. Oh, thanks. And that's because over here, where I began with just 1 ace just a moment ago, I now have 2 aces. 2 aces, 2 random cards. I'll do it again. Second chance. Gone. And over here, where I began with 1 and then had 2, I now have 3 aces. Last chance. Like a thief in the night, not an ace in sight. And that's because over here, where I began with 1 and then had 2 and then had 3, I now have 1, 2, 3, 4 aces. Thanks. You know, I like doing that, but when you do magic like that, eventually somebody will say something like, hey, I know you can't tell me how it works, but how does it work, right? And I think that's always funny when people say that. And you're right, it's better that I don't tell you, right? Because there are many strategies, many techniques at play, especially with card magic. And sometimes we rely on memory. In other words, tracking which cards end up where even after somebody shuffles. Sometimes we rely on sleight of hand. No, really. It's true. And sometimes we rely on a little known technique known as estimation. So I'd like to show you what that's all about. I'm going to mix them all up like this. You said your name?
Lynn.
Lynn. I'm going to go through, just say stop anytime as I go through.
Stop.
Right there.
Yeah.
Have a look at it. Remember that card? Show it around, let everybody get a good look at it. Everybody remember Lynn's card. All right. And then Lynn, if you would, I won't look. Drop it back into the deck.
Okay.
Perfect. Now it doesn't matter, you can see. In it goes. Fair enough? I think so.
Yeah.
We'll make sure it's lost. Now I want you to name a number. Say any number from 1 to, actually make it between 10 and 20. And I'm going to use that number. But make it kind of high.
Okay, 17.
Okay, 17. I'm going to try to cut 17 cards from the deck. Not only that, if there are 17 there, then the next card will be your card. So let me just, you said 17? Let me just double check. 17, yeah, 17. 17 there. And that's the next card. What was your card? The 7 of, how?
That was
It
8.
was the 8 of clubs.
The 8 of clubs. How did you know? The 8 of clubs. Good enough, good enough. You knew where it was, that's the important thing. Now, what are you dying to do right now? Oh, you can't talk about that. You want to learn that? Count those cards, right? You said 17? Count them out loud.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
17. Well, I mentioned the familiar phrase, or the familiar phrase in magic, pick a card, any card, right? But there's also a well-known rule in magic that's become so well-known even among the public. And that rule is that you never do the same trick twice, right? And that's because people's whole way of watching changes when they're watching for a second time. So having said that, I'm going to break that rule. I'm going to do the same trick twice. But not only that, I'm telling you upfront in advance of even doing it once that I'm going to do it twice, all right? So Sherry, you know the phrase, pick a card, any card. Look at it, remember, show it around. I won't look at it this time. All right, oh, so now the secret's out, all right. Drop it back in. Fair enough, in it goes. And to make it a little more difficult for myself, I'm going to cut the deck into 4 piles, all about the same. Now, not only that, to make it even more difficult than that, I'm going to shuffle everything together face up and face down. So face up cards into face down cards. Now, there are really only 3 kinds of people who would shuffle cards this way. Children, adults, and magicians. How did you know? Now, Sherry, in order to figure out your card, all I have to do is to magically straighten out every single card in the deck except for yours. Of course, that's easier said than done. Did you see that? You see what just now? What was your card? Do you remember? The 5 of hearts.
Wow.
Oh, thanks. That's a bit of a stunner, right?
Wow.
It is. But aren't you glad I said I would do it for you twice? So I'll do it again. All right? So you know how it's going to look, you know what's going to happen, you know everything that's going to go on. So Sherry, once again, take a card, slide it out, but don't even look at it. Just kind of slide it out, but don't even look at it. Just to make it a little more interesting this time. And to make it a little more difficult for myself, I'm going to cut the deck into 4 piles, all about the same. And to make it even more difficult than that, I'm going to turn half of the cards face up, and I'm going to shuffle everything together, face up cards into face down cards. Right? Now, why would I do this? Well, the reason why children might shuffle cards this way is because they don't know any better. The reason why adults might shuffle cards this way is because they know better, but sometimes they just don't care. And the reason why magicians might shuffle cards this way is because, well, we know we can straighten everything out when we need to. So now then, In order to figure out Sherry's card, all I have to do is to magically straighten out every single card in the deck except for yours. Oh, you never put it back in? Yeah, oh yeah. No, I know. I was going to, no, I wanted the, there was the, you know what I mean? Well, no, I could still magically straighten out every card in the deck, but that wouldn't help me to know your card, unless I could magically, straighten out every card in the deck except for the ones that match the suit of your card. And then I would know the suit of your card. And in order to figure out the value, I've put them in numerical order.
Whoa.
All spades. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King. Your card must be the 7 of spades. Pretty cool. Oh, thanks. Not bad. You know, it might be a few days from now, maybe even years from now, you'll run into somebody say, oh, we saw this magician once, and it was really amazing. And they'll say, well, what, you don't think he was doing real magic, do you? And that's when I imagine you saying, well, that's the thing. I don't know. So I'm wondering what I could do for you right now to prove to you that I'm not using sleight of hand. I think the only way that I can really prove it is if I were to never touch the deck. So if I could do something amazing for you, never touch the deck from beginning to end, you would know it couldn't be sleight of hand. And if it's not sleight of hand, then it must be magic. Yep. So let's try it. Wayne, if you would, kind of lift some cards up, just doesn't matter. And then just put some down again. And same place, yep. And lift some more up, a different spot. All right, and set them down again. All right, so it's not gonna always cut at the same section of the deck, right? So cut some cards off and just hold on to them for a second. I want you to, and put them back again. And just demonstrate exactly the same thing. You can cut, different sections, right? So cut about, you're a card player, right? Cut about half or so, doesn't matter. All right, have a look at take the card out that you've cut to. You could just take it out, good. Place those back on top. I don't want to touch the cards at all. Place those, yep, that's right, back on top of those. Right where they came from, so you know there's nothing going in. Have a look at it, remember it. Now, it might be a while until we see it again. So burn it into your memory. Show it to everybody. Everybody remember Wayne's card. In fact, if this doesn't work, we might never see it again. So remember the card now, all right? Put it back on top. And as you did before, cut some cards, set them aside. You could set them down this time. And replace all of these cards on top. So in other words, complete the cut. Perfect. Every time you cut, I want you to complete the cut. So cut some cards, different sections, and then complete the cut by placing all of them back, right? You don't leave any behind. So cut the cards again, and then complete the cut. Now, the reason I say to complete the cut and cut again is so that every single card changes position. You could cut again. So if you were to cut into 10 piles and gather some up again and put them back, and you cut again. Some cards might end up going right back to where they were before we even started. So yeah, you could cut again and turn the deck face up. And same as before, cut again, and then complete the cut. Now you'll see the different cards going by. Cut again. And now you know the cards are being mixed, and again. Excellent. One more time. Cut, complete, turn the deck face down. Now, how many times would you say you cut the deck? Approximately 15. That would place your card at the 38th position from the top. Press your finger on top of the deck. And now, now it moved to the 21st position. Now, you press again. Don't press again. It moved again. I'll just tell you where your card is. It's not on top, too easy. Your card is exactly 5 cards down from the top of the deck. Now, if I were to take the deck, if I were to count 5 cards and turn over the 5th one, if that was Wayne's card, that would be amazing. But you would say, but that's when he did something. I don't know what he did, but that's when he did something. So I won't touch the deck. You remember your card?
I do.
What was it? You can say.
Queen of clubs.
Queen of clubs. Count down, turn over the 5th card. Set with one hand, exactly. Set them aside. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
have a look. 5th card. Wow. Wow. Pretty cool. That was good, Wayne.
I
Yeah.
can't give up my day job.
You did.
Yeah, that was excellent. Yeah.
How did you do that, Wayne?
You are a magician. You are a magician.
He's magic.
He is magic. That's right. Well, that's the thing. That is amazing, but it's not really everything. It's not enough for me to show you that I can do magic. I want to remind you, not show you, not prove to you, but just remind you that you're magic too. And so the next time you're faced with a challenge in life, maybe you look at it differently. Say, you know what, I can handle this because I can do impossible things. So I'm going to try to show you something kind of cool for our last one here. I'm going to mix them all up. It doesn't matter, you've been shuffling them anyway. I'm going to take out some guide cards, all right? These will be our guide cards. So one here, same thing, one here, one here. So let's do this with Sherry, we'll do it with you. And Rick, we'll do it with you as well.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to give you both about half the deck. It doesn't have to be exact. We'll try to cut approximately in half. So Sherry, mix them up a little bit. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Same thing, Rick, just kind of mix them up, shuffle. Now, in a moment, you're both going to deal through all of your cards, face down without looking. If you think they're red, you're going to deal them here. If you think they're black, you're going to deal them there. All right, same thing. Red's here, black's there. But I'll give you a hint. You're not trying to guess what color the cards are. You're trying to know. But it's more precise than that. You're not trying to know. You know. You already know. Did you ever just know something? You don't even know how you know, but you just know. So that's what I'm going to have you do. So don't overthink it. Get ready. You're ready to deal? Black there, red there, black there, red there. Wait till I say go. And go. Excellent. So you think these are all black? These are all red? Same thing. You think these are all black? These are all red. That's what you think. Let's see. Let's see how you did. You think red's here, black's here. Let's see how you did. Okay, that's good. Yeah, exactly. I always like to start on a confident note like that. That is good. Sometimes I ask people, how do you think they did? And they say, oh, about half. Half would be amazing to get right. Okay, let's just check. Okay, that's even better. Let's see. This is, wow. Look, this is not 4, this is 8. I mean, look, these are all, you got all the reds, all the blacks. Look, all reds, all blacks. That's everything. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Thank you.